Hey guys, so in-depth tip for today, a little food for thought. Have you guys ever just look back on your life one day, like in the middle of class, you just space out and you think, oh my god, so much has changed. Like, my whole life is so different than what it was from, freshman year and now that I'm a senior. And I think, like, the people I used to be friends with and who I'm friends with now, and I had ran into somebody who was like my best friend when I was younger. And it was so awkward, because we're just like, oh, hi, how have you been? Oh, good. Yeah, that's standing there with that person. You're just like, oh, okay, yeah. We should hang out sometime. MySpace me for sure. Like, if you know where that came from. You just sit there and you think, my God, these people, they're so different now. And then you're like, oh my God, wait a minute, I'm so different now. I mean, just the clothes I wear, the music that I listen to is so different than what it was like 5 years ago. Except for me, I'll forever love McFly. That will never change. Just putting that out there. You look at people now and who they are. And, some people who were like the most happiest, like outgoing people ever, they're not the same way that they were 5 years ago. Of course, none of us are. And you take in your surroundings and you realize some of the most happiest people are probably the most depressed. That's normally how it is. When you are so strong and people are like, oh my God, like how does she do it, Sometimes when you have nothing left, being strong and being brave is the only thing that you can do at that point, because you never know what God is going to throw at you. You never know what life is just going to throw at you, and you take what you're given. And then you look at it, and people who say that, oh, I'm going to sleep now, it's so crazy because it's as if it were nothing to say that you're going to sleep. And it's a really bizarre activity when you really think about it. And it's like for the next several hours while the sun is gone and it's pitch black dark out, I'm going to become unconscious and temporarily losing my command over everything that I know and everything I understand. And when the sun returns, I'll resume my life at that point. So if you really think about it, it's a very bizarre activity, and we think of it as if it's nothing. However, if you look much deeper into this whole concept of sleep, trust me, at some point we all wish that we could sleep forever. I know there's some people out there who just wish 2012 would just come and end it all because life just sucks. Twinkies are gone. Rip. My God, I don't know what Connecticut is doing right now. That's all that they want. Now just think and bear with me for a moment. This is just like one of those crazy realizations that you have in the middle of class. Like, I always space out in government. It's just not going to happen for me. But, I mean, just sit there and think. The weirdest thing is that the person you're probably going to end up marrying and spending the rest of your life together with is currently walking the earth, living their own life right at this moment. They're going to school or they're going to work or whatever, doing all these things and making all these memories that you'll get to hear about from them like years from now. And then you think, oh my God, this person I'm going to get to have amazing memories with, they're looking for a person who is exactly like you. The whole point of being in a relationship or just being with someone, spending your time with them, is that you can talk to them and let go of everything, and even when you're at your worst, they still like you and they still want to speak to you and they still care about you. And if that's not incentive enough, for just waking up in the morning, then maybe I don't know what is. It can be a really beautiful thing when you find someone that is in love with your mind, someone that wants to undress your conscience and make love to your thoughts, and someone that wants to watch you slowly take down all those walls that you built in front of yourself around your mind and put them inside. I don't know, maybe I'm spending a little too much time in my government class thinking about all these thoughts and world peace and hunger, when I should be taking notes or something. But, I'm going off to college, and I'm absolutely terrified. I know that everybody else is, they just really don't want to admit it, they want to seem tough and whatever. That's a lie, we're all admitting it to ourselves, because in my English class, that's all we're doing is college work. But, at some point, we're going to have to grow up, and we're going to have to face all these fears that we just don't want to admit to having, And maybe I don't know where I'm going with this video, but the whole point in, my heart was one day we're just going to have to face our fears of growing up and having these thoughts that we have in the middle of class and just face them head on. One day we'll make it through. I mean, yeah, life maybe it doesn't get easier, maybe it gets more complex, but I mean, hey, one day we'll have it all figured out. And that's just a little food for thought for you.